Now, research published in the medical journal The Lancet shows roughly 3/4 of coronavirus patients have reported lingering symptoms 6 months after their initial diagnosis. The study focused on over 1,700 people who were hospitalized in Wuhan, where the virus, of course, first emerged last year. 63% of the patients said they still had fatigue or muscle weakness. 23% reported anxiety or depression, and 26% said they had trouble sleeping. Let's speak now to Dr. Bharat Pankania, who is a senior clinical lecturer at the University of Exeter Medical School. He joins us now live from Bath in the UK. Welcome to you. We've known about long COVID for quite some time now, but what do you make of this recent research from The Lancet?
It is confirming what we have been witnessing over the several months since the pandemic first started. That is, whilst people recover from their infection and the acute illness, they are then left with a continuing series of signs and symptoms, and some of them quite debilitating, unable to function properly, sleeplessness, as you described, clotting disorders, headaches, and lack of energy. So we really need to follow up people and work out what's going on and what we can do about it.
And do you think the new variant of COVID-19 could leave us with even worse long COVID?
No, I don't think so. So whilst these RNA viruses will mutate, change shape, and what we call lineages, I don't think that they are now going to also create a more long COVID. But what is important to understand is that because the new variant appears to be more infectious, it will generate more cases, and more cases generated equals more number of people with long COVID symptoms.
Now, you're in the UK. The numbers are absolutely terrible. 1 in 50 have COVID in England, 1 in 30 in London. Why is it so bad?
I think we have dropped our guard, because whilst our leaders like to say that this is all the fault of the more infectious strain, I counter that by saying, nevertheless, you've still got to get infected before the signs and symptoms and illness takes. So the weakness, the missing link is people dropped their guard, and as a result of dropping their guard, they got infected. And one more thing, and again, I was advising just a couple of days ago, is in view of the more infectious nature, inverted commas, of the new strain, we've got to up our game with existing infection control measures.
And on that, do you think the communication around COVID is good enough? Do people understand why you shouldn't let your guard down? And particularly understanding, okay, the distance, washing your hands, but also ventilation. There's so much that I think people just do not get. I call myself COVID police. I'm tired sometimes of telling people, doctor, to do things, you know, that I see there's sometimes a lack of understanding of basics.
You're so right, and it also pains me equally, because for many months, people like myself, through the medium of the media from your good offices, allow us to get our message across. However, I think it is important that our leaders give these messages to a much bigger audience and with a degree of urgency. So we do know, and I was watching your program only a few minutes before I came on air, and I noticed, for example, Nancy Pelosi in the United States, as well as Vice President Pence, were not wearing their mask properly. So this continuous thing of they wear their mask, but they don't wear it properly. And we need to get this message across of ventilation, keep away from crowds, wash your hands, don't have new links with new people, and wear your mask, wear it properly.
Just very quickly, wear it properly. And that means going over your nose, going over your mouth. Am I understanding that correctly?
You're absolutely right. So what you want is, you don't want it here and you don't want it here. You want it snug fitting very close to your nose, mouth, chin, covering all this area, and a tighter fit. A lot of people wear a mask and they put it over here. Well, that's not good enough. And of course, we know some people will wear it here, but it is important that you have it snug fitting and you mold it at the top over here, and you pull it down your chin and you hold it back like that. It's not rocket science, but we need to get that message across. Wear it properly.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and really emphasizing these basics. Dr. Bharati Pankania, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.